Leos, in separation with their twin flame. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I will leave timestamps to make it more convenient. You can see what reading you like to start with. We're going to start today with Leo and Scorpio. This is going to be messages for separation. All right, so Leo and Scorpio. Very intense connection. Let's get into the Divine Feminine. What's the biggest things going on with the Divine Feminine right now? How is she feeling? Maybe some energies that she might be stuck in or needing to adopt or release. Maybe the biggest thing that she struggles with or struggled with before getting into separation here. So we've got emptiness. So she's feeling very empty, obviously, since her twin is out of her life right now in separation. The separation itself could be causing the emptiness. It could be reflective of emptiness she may have felt over other things or other people or other situations in life. But either way, it's sort of Spirit's way of showing the Divine Feminine that this is your chance to sort of get to the core of this emptiness. And if it's over your twin, it's like, you really can't be completely apart from your twin because that bond you have is undying. But in this energy, yeah, you're feeling very empty, feeling very left out in the cold and very sad. So we've got some childhood wounds too. So this emptiness feeling could be from childhood issues with possibly a parent or some other issue that Spirit is bringing up to sort of go to your inner child and sort of nurture that inner child, and it's actually like a process of like reparenting. So there might be some sort of trauma here from the past that reflected back to the Divine Feminine, and definitely could be making her feel empty, that this isn't resolved from her past. And then we've got head above water. So she's really, I feel like really struggling in these energies right now. I feel like I definitely feel that and understand that. I feel like I'm going through a little bit of that too, definitely, as Divine Feminine. Yeah, things have just sort of gotten away from her a little bit, things that, she might be putting off other things in life because she's feeling this emptiness and this sadness and this depression towards her Divine Masculine. I feel like she feels like only he can fill it, and it's becoming harder for her to deal with. All right, let's see what we get for the Divine Masculine. Self-focused. So this could be why they separated. This could be one of the reasons why they separated. It could be that he was in an energy where he was very, very self-focused and not providing enough to the Divine Feminine in this connection. I feel like that self-focused energy is more about ego than anything else. So it could be that, or it could be now that they're in separation, he has decided to turn that energy back to himself and really focus on what he needs to do. Well, we've got arrogance. So I'm going to go back to the self-focus. I feel like this is the Divine Masculine really struggling with ego things right now. Okay, they may feel like they need to be very tough and strong right now. That could be why you may be getting the cold shoulder, Divine Feminine. They feel like they have to be in charge. They feel like they have to be very powerful. And I do feel like they gave you a difficult time if you called them out on one of these behaviors or any of this bullshit. Divine Masculine, you sort of just, met with that arrogance and definitely hurt the Divine Feminine. So let's see, where is this arrogance stemming from? We've got running away. So you might have felt sort of like the Divine Feminine was taking away your self-focused Divine Masculine. That's what I'm getting. It could be too that each of you mirrored some of these things to each other that were rather painful, and the next cards we're going to go through are the mirror shadows to see what those shadows or what those things were. But Divine Masculine's definitely running, definitely in an energy of running. All right, let's see what the shadows, my Mirror of Shadows Oracle, let's see what was being mirrored. Divine Feminine, what was being mirrored? Irresponsible. I fear failure and choose not to try. So with that emptiness, I wonder if that's connected to that fear of failure for you. It could be too that, you know, you might be regretful that you sort of let the divine masculine slip away. You know, the divine masculine's energy is very intense. It's almost merciless. It's very intense. And I feel like it's a little bit secretive, yes, and possessive, but it's also like the magnetic pull they have towards the things they want in that energy. Divine masculines are going to just go for it. They will leave you in a flat second to go pursue that because it's what's important. Divine feminines wake up to the connection first, usually. Divine masculines usually have to pursue their power, money, and status and all the things they need, earthly things they need, they feel they need. What else? Safety wounds. I have hard emotions because I never felt safe. So they triggered some safety wounds for you. Absolutely. That could be part of the reason why you have a little bit of an emotional numbing. Let's see what the divine masculine mirror reflected. Fear of loss and grief. I don't get attached easily because I've dealt with a lot of loss. Fear of loss and grief. Yeah, they may have had issues in the past with relationships that failed and they blamed themselves. They could have issues with family members and things that they blame themselves. It could be that, you know, they don't want to put into a connection 100% because they're afraid it's going to fail. See how you mirror to each other, and it makes sense when you put these energies together. They also fear I have issues with believing in myself, so they're lacking self-confidence. They need to sort of go off into this energy where they're feeling like they're the master of their life. They need to have, like, you know, that powerful feeling. They don't have it. They feel like they're nothing. Let's get into soul lessons. What is something that the two of you decided before coming back to Earth, incarnating back here? What did you decide that you needed to work on to strengthen your connection together? Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So there's forgiveness issues. Both of you. Forgiving people of the past, from the past, forgiving each other. Let's see what the toughest thing so far has been for both of you. For the divine feminine, what's the toughest thing been so far? Burnt out. Feeling hopeless. So you feel like, you know, you have no control. There's nothing you can do about this situation. You have burned every tear. You've burned every thought out. You're just so tired. You feel like, you know, your soul is just feeling depleted and tired, and you just want answers. You're going to have to work on the forgiveness part, that you're not going to get answers possibly at this time when the divine masculine is running. Let's get into the divine masculines. What's the hardest thing for the divine masculine? We've got different pages wanting different things. So it is hard for them to have to go on into this energy and go. I feel like they did not want to run. They're making themselves, because they care enough about you to want you to have your goals and things that you need as well. But in the energies you're both carrying, it can't carry on the connection. That's why it went into separation. That's what I'm getting, unfortunately. Let's see what the angels have to say. See if there's any messages, timings, anything like that. Well, we've got remain positive, which wants to sort of slide and jump through the screen there. We've got remain positive. So angels are working on this with you and surrounding you. You both have your own individual angels. We all do. They are working at this for you to help you with positivity and help you along with these issues. Let's see what else. A year from now. So it could be that a year from now, you're both completely different people. You're further along down the line in the journey. You have more of what you want and need, and you might reconnect, and it might be a powerhouse of reconnecting. That's what I'm getting. I hope these messages were helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And we're going to get on to Leo and Cancer. So what is in this connection of Leo and Cancer have going on here? Let's see what we've got, baby. Hold on one second, guys. I'll just drop something. All right. So Leo and Cancer. First, we're going to start with the divine feminine. So what is the divine feminine struggling with the most? How is she feeling currently? Maybe some energy that she needs to adopt or release. So So we've got infatuation. She might be more infatuated with this connection because it's so out of the ordinary for her. Like, this connection blew her away. Like, I never had this before. Oh my God, it's amazing. But I feel like it's not 100% based on real truth of what they're both feeling. I don't know how else to get that out. I'm sorry if that doesn't make any sense. I feel like the energy of infatuation is overriding the emotional connection of love, emotional love connection. Okay? Because I feel like in the past, Divine Feminine may have had this happen before and had disappointments over it. So let's see what else we're getting for the Divine Feminine here. Leave the past. Yeah. I feel like in the past she may have had connections where she was very infatuated. And this is teaching her to get out of that habit and to go into the future very freely. Don't worry about anything, because only good things can come when you leave the past behind and sort of get past the past. Look, yeah, we've got transformation for you. So you may be coming out of that feeling. That could have been like an old schoolgirl thing, the infatuation. Now you're coming into your full divine power and womanhood. And that your twin flame brought this on for you. And then we've got disbelief. So disbelief that this is in separation. I always feel like that comes through with this. So yeah, it's hard, but I feel like Spirit is trying to show you that, you know, you've come a long way, is what I'm getting. Let's see for the Divine Masculine. We've got untrustworthy. So Divine Masculine could have been lying about some things, could have been not as honest as you would have wished, or they were just thinking that you were never going to find out whatever it is they were lying about. I feel like this also has to do with you sharing things with them that they were not able to accept 100%. Like, they weren't mature enough to accept the things that you were saying, the things that you were sharing is what I'm getting. But I feel like they have this behavior. This is what they do. They're not a trustworthy person in the energy they're in. Look, they're ashamed. So they lied to you. It's possible they could have had somebody else. They lied. They were not 100% authentic. They're feeling the shame now. They're like, I really hurt you and I'm sorry and I don't know how to apologize for what I've done. They feel like shit about this. Let's see. Just because these are Cancer and Leo doesn't mean, however they read, guys, please don't think that just because I put them on those sides, it's not directed towards what you need to hear. Let's see. Competition. So they feel like they were in competition for something. Maybe your attention, maybe there was another person involved here. They felt like they were in competition somehow. They didn't want to feel that way. It made them very upset and it sort of devastated them. It's definitely some shadows here. Let's see the Mirror of Shadows now. My Mirror of Shadows Oracle. What were you mirroring to each other? Divine Feminine, what were you mirroring? Inner beauty wounds. I never felt the power of my own attractiveness. So something made the Divine Feminine feel very not good enough, not sexy, not pretty enough. It made her feel like she wasn't like top priority. So that's, you know, stemming from definitely an inner wound. It could be a wound from the past. It could be somebody that made you feel this way, that you were carrying this all this time, and that your Divine Masculine made it come out. And we've got stubbornness, Divine Feminine. I only hear what I want to. Yeah, that's definitely something that will come out in Twin Flame. I noticed that in my own Twin Flame union. It's really hard because, yeah, we'll know something is true. We just don't want to admit it. It's hard to lose that need to be right and that control. So yeah, there's some issues with that. Let's see for the Divine Masculine. We've got dishonesties. Yeah, and we had that unauthentic sort of card in the beginning. Lying was a learned behavior for me. So something with their energy. I feel like they've always done this. They've always lied. They've always sort of gone to that behavior to save their ass. Let's see what else. Emotional maturity. I have some growing up to do. Yeah, so they're just in an immature energy. I mean, it doesn't excuse the behavior, but they don't know, almost like they don't know any better. They're like learning through doing. And you both may have needed this experience in union to go into separation to realize these things. Because if not, I feel like you would just keep separating, or you would sort of split up like forever and never have hope of getting back together again. This is showing you like separation is a chance to fix all the things we need to. So I feel like in separation, here are your messages. These are some of the things to work on that Spirit is bringing forth today. Let's also see soul lessons, because those are really important too. So what's sort of a soul lesson that you both decided to come to, together on? We've got surrender. I can release my need to control. What? We just said this. It's so crazy. Yeah, the need to control. It's really hard. I do it all the time. I feel almost like weak, or like, I don't know, not good enough, not smart enough when I'm made to see the error of my own ways. It's really hard. It's ego shit, guys. It's not easy, but this is part of the lesson, part of the issue between the two of you and the connection that you have, is to release the need to control things. For the Divine Feminine, it could be just to control her partner and control the amount of love and the amount of attention that she gets, or the separation in general. And for the Divine Masculine, it could be that, he needs to learn how to control his behaviors and to do that growing up and deal with the emotional maturity and sort of get out of that deceitful behavior. Definitely. So let's see what is the most difficult thing right now, and then sort of how to, get over it, how to move past it. What's the most difficult thing? Lost Love Oracle that I'm using, my Lost Love Oracle. Divine Masculine, what's been the hardest thing? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. So you may need to forgive somebody, Divine Masculine, from your past is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Or reconcile a relationship, because I feel like this is why you are the way you are and doing the things that you're motivated to do. Divine Feminine. Let's see what we've got, Divine Feminine. Dwelling, living in the past. So Divine Feminine, you may have to go deep into your past to figure out where the sort of invalidation comes from. Where does the stubbornness sort of come from? Where does the need to control come from? I also feel like you're really thinking back to the past with your twin here, and you can't get past this. It's been hard for you to come out of that energy. I feel like just living in the past, there's no way you can make any progress going towards the future, and separation is a time sort of window to do these things. So from angels, we're going to see, do they have anything specific for us? Timings, any special messages to help you through these energies? We've got compromise. So this could be compromise with yourself. It could be that, you both need to learn compromise too, and that it doesn't always have to be one way in a relationship or one-sided. And then we've also got choose a new direction. Yeah, so there's no movement here for the Divine Feminine. And Divine Masculine struggling with it, but they're working towards it. They've got a lot more to go than the Divine Feminine. So yeah, we've got choose a new direction. So want to start moving towards a more healthy direction. Yeah, don't stop. So the angels are guiding you sort of to do these things. Things might pop in your head sometimes, maybe things that you don't even want to think about, but they keep popping up in your head. If that's happening to you guys, it's definitely angels communicating. If it's to try to go get a new job or go back to school or just do something different, like we're seeing choose a new direction, that's where you're being guided to go now. Both sides of this are going in a new direction. I hope this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get on to Leo and Pisces. So Leo and Pisces in separation. Let's see we'll go right into the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine energies for both of these. And don't worry if I put them where I put them. It's just we're just sort of getting out the energies. Divine Feminine, what's been sort of a shadow, some energy that you're in, something you need to sort of get over possibly, shed light on. And we've got face yourself, Divine Feminine. So there could be things about yourself that your twin mirrored to you now that are, very difficult for you to see. Could be things, you don't want to see, but sort of about yourself. It's also facing your darkest parts and your darkest secrets and the things that, you don't want to share with anybody. I feel like, Spirit is showing you that you need to be patient with yourself in this process. It's not easy to face the darker things, but this is exactly what separation does. It shows us what we need to fix, what we need to do, so we can become more endlessly loving with our twin flame and have that perfect vibration that we so need in our lives. Let's see what else we're getting. And we've got searching. So you could be looking for your divine masculine. I know it's like the runner chaser thing. We're not always in runner chaser, but that searching, that endless searching, when somebody has clearly gone and need to go in their own space and need to go into their own sort of realm and do what they need to do until it's done. And that searching distracts you from your own path. So I feel like Spirit's like, stop looking for them, because they're not really in an energy where you might want to see what's happening with them. I feel like it would only hold you back further. So let's see what else we've got for the divine feminine. We've got seasons change. So it could be difficult for you to accept that this is just the way it is right now. It has to happen. It's part of what you decided. You might not remember, you and your twin flame, what you decided, but it's really what has activated in your heart chakra the need to heal. So you can do that, so you can get back in union with your twin. That's what I'm getting. So let's see for the divine masculine what we've got. Divine masculine, we've got finding peace. So you need to find peace, divine masculine. It might be peace from everyday life, from problems, from issues. It could even be from the twin flame union. Yes, that does happen. I feel like this is you sort of going into your heart space and figuring out who you need to forgive, what do you need to get rid of, what do you need to unload, can you lighten the load in your life, where can you find more of a peaceful resolve. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. And we've got secretive. So that could just be not wanting to share things about yourself. It could be, you have some secrets from the past you don't want to talk about. You're not ready to let out. That could have bothered the divine feminine. I feel like the divine feminine wanted all of you. They wanted good and bad, every bit of it. And you just weren't ready for that. You were almost put off by it, almost like annoyed by it. And it made you a little more secretive. It could be that you were speaking to someone else or connecting with someone else too. But I feel like this is more you just wanting to mind your business and wanting people to mind their business about you. Divine masculine, if that makes any sense. I feel like, you have a lot to say, but you just weren't ready to say it. You were not trusting enough of your own self to connect to your twin, to let it all go, because in the past you never were able to do this. I feel like in the past you were silenced a lot. Like you couldn't say what you really needed to say, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like you were learned to silence yourself a lot. We've got a fear of commitment. Yeah. And you know what? Commitment has to do with what you're willing to put in, everything. It has to be no holds barred. You're throwing everything in this mix of commitment, right? So if you feel like you can't do that, and it doesn't have to be, I don't want you because you're not good looking enough. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the emotional energy you're both at, the emotional maturity you're both at. Is one of you awakened? Maybe the other is a little slower. It has to do with what you're doing in life, where you're going, the direction you're heading. Do you have problems? Are you a sick person? Are you well, but your career is crazy and demanding? It really has to do with the individuals. So I feel like that fear of commitment is not just because I just don't want to be with you. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with you. It's just that they may not feel that they are in the proper energy to give you what exactly you need and want. What are the expectations of commitment? Is it you don't cheat on me and we have a sexual relationship, and as long as you're having sex with me, I don't feel like you're cheating because you won't be doing anybody else but me? Is it that, you just want that on paper, like ring on your finger? Oh, he said I do, okay. It's more than that, guys. Spirit wants us to know how much more. Would you weather every storm with this person? Would you go to the depths of hell for this person? Would you forgive them if they hurt you, they did something really significant? Would you weather like a storm of sickness or health? It all ties into these sort of universal laws about connection, commitment, your soul union with your twin flame. Absolutely. And let's, for the heck of it, talk about soul lessons here. because that could be part of one of the soul lessons, is the fear of commitment. So soul lessons are what you kind of decided you were going to work on together. So we've got abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So this is about manifestation. This is about going after what you really want and desire. Giving yourself your own salvation with diligence, if that makes any sense. You have to have that for yourself. You have to have that fulfillment. If you don't have that fulfillment, you look to the other person to give it to you. And you never really may know why you have this empty void. So it's more to give it to yourselves. It's one less thing that will complicate your connection. And we've also got envy. I am the same as everybody else, but I am different, but with different challenges. Okay, I read that wrong. Sorry, guys. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yes. I feel like a lot of the time we want to be faster somewhere. Like we see on social media, oh, our friend got married. Well, we want to get married. Now we're going to push our boyfriend or girlfriend to do so. Or they got this promotion. Well, I didn't. Now you feel some type of way. I feel like Spirit's like, disconnect from all that bullshit because it doesn't even matter. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing and Jane Doe. Worry about you and what you need to do to challenge yourself so you can have that ultimate fulfillment. Like, I passed that goal, even if they're small little things. That's all part of this separation for you guys. So what's been the hardest? What has been the hardest for you both? What's been the hardest for the Divine Feminine? Waiting in vain, disappointing yourself. What's been the hardest for the Divine Masculine? Anxieties. Live in the now. So there you go, guys. These are definitely things that in separation do happen. Divine Feminine is waiting when she should be focusing the attention on herself, moving forward with her goals and her healing. Divine Masculine is anxious to do so. They know they need to do it, but anxiety is paralyzing them. It could be that fear of commitment. It could be that, sort of secretiveness. They don't want people to really know what's going on deep inside of them. So the last message we're going to pull out is from angels. And what can we expect? No need to worry. So this is all happening as blueprint planned out that you both decided. And angels are guiding you both to do these things in the next few weeks. So you might be feeling better and more energetic towards making these changes in the next few weeks is what I'm getting. It could be that you talk or have some type of communication or see each other some way, somehow. But I'm getting more, this is about when the healing is, you're sort of going to kick your butts into gear and you're saying to yourself, yeah, it's time.